was freaking out for a second because I had gotten a big payment for coaching, and for some reason, it was on PayPal because the guy isn't, he's not in the States. And then the money, PayPal has this weird thing that they show like a different number that's not like your account number, I guess. I don't know because it's international. And I'm like, where did the money go? I couldn't find the money. I'm like, yo, I need this money, bro. I need this fucking money. So I was calling, where did this money go? And it was my Bank of America card. I just,
Damn,
I was
that's
freaking.
the worst.
I've been having some like really bad luck. So I'm like, bro, I can't take some more bad luck. So I was low key freaking out, but I think the money's safe.
This is your turning point, bro.
You know what? That I think that's I feel like me and you spoken about it a few times. I think everything is a learning lesson. It's lessons that you haven't learned yet that you need to learn, and it just has to be a painful lesson. I think I think men learn by like by like pain and adversity. I don't think we learn by gentle approach. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be a pretty stubborn guy sometimes, and I mean, life has a way of humbling that.
Yeah.
I think what's important though is that, well, if nothing else, I think it's important for men to stay calm and stoic under high levels of pressure, stress, and anxiety. You know, and I think if nothing else, you will learn that you have no choice but to,
Mhm.
because you're not going to be able to function. You're not going to be able to function. So it's
I've seen a lot of guys break under that shit though. You hear those stories, like not just in I know in a bodybuilding podcast, but every like this goes in all aspects, you know, in jobs and businesses and just their families and stuff. They just lose themselves under the pressure and never come
Yeah.
back from it.
you know what? I used to judge those people harder, or even people who get, like addicted to drugs and they have kids and shit. And you're like, bro, yeah, what about your kids? I still, I would hope I'm never in that position, but I think the more I go through, I understand how thin that line is, where you're almost at your broken point, but you just don't break. You just you choose to not break, even though you're kind of like, I don't know, man, this is close, but you're making a choice to be like, yo, I'm gonna just try, right? I heard Fuad talk about it. Like Fuad is going through a lot of stuff, right? And that's another thing. Like money isn't everything. I'm sure Fuad probably be doing great financially, right? But it's like now it's like your health, and it's so many things that go on in life that you'll be surprised. But he talks about it's just like you just try again another day, right? It's like you can't control everything. All he can do is wake up, try to work on his arm, go to the gym, whatever. And honestly, watching Fuad, the way he's handling that, I'm sure behind closed doors is harder than we think. But I feel like he's been handling that super well, bro. Super. I mean, I think he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, man. I mean, what else can you do? You know, it's like either stay on the ground or you get your ass up. And you know, I don't think I'd like to think most of all of us will get up and try no matter what. Because what else do we got? You know, so
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a privilege to try again.
yeah, we're still breathing, right? You're not out until you're done breathing. So
100%, 100%. And then, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
watching him even post like all the bro, he was posting content in the hospital. He could barely talk. Remember that? The first few episodes back, he couldn't even
Mm.
talk. And I'm sitting at home, like, I don't feel like doing a podcast because I'm stressed. I felt like the biggest pussy in the world. I'm like, let me pull out the fucking computer.
no, bro, like I can't speak for Fuad because I'm not him. But if I was in Fuad's shoes, I would totally understand why he wanted to do the podcast because when you don't have anything in your head, you got to give yourself something that gives you purpose. So, like, maybe that podcast kept him alive, kept him wanting to get up and keep going because it gave him something. I mean, like, I remember when I felt like I had nothing, that's where the gym came in. just gave me something to wake up to and work towards. And so it's like when you feel like you got nothing, but you find that one little thing that keeps you going. Like shit, dude, that little thing is a big fucking deal, even if it's a podcast.
Oh yeah. It gave him an audience to express himself and help with the recovery and all that stuff. When he knows like other people could look up to him for the recovery process, that probably keeps him going, you
Yeah.
know?
It gives people, what is it, like strength through his own
Yeah.
hardships.
It's just I hate the fact that he's trying to ride bikes again, you know? Other than that, I really wish him all the absolute best. It's
Paul,
crazy.
I
our
get
friend
it.
Paul, our friend Paul put into perspective, like, how would you feel if someone told you, hey, you can't touch a weight ever again? Had nothing to do with the drugs, just you can't work out anymore. It's like, damn, man, like, it's just, this is something that makes you happy. So I'm sure he's going to do it within some certain confines or whatever, like, being reasonable with it. But I can understand why he got back on a bike.
I get I get both sides. Like from Zay's
Yeah.
perspective, if I was like we know Fawad, right? But like if I was, let's say that was my brother, like my actual relative blood,
Yeah.
I would be very concerned. I'd be like, Fawad, I know it's, but please, man. But then at the same time, I got to be like, it's not about us. It's about him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's the one that has to sit there and be in pain, not just physical, now mental. So in his mind, he's like, I'm already in physical pain. I might as well relieve myself mentally, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we, as loved ones, we think we're putting somebody first, but we're putting ourselves first. If I'm telling you, don't ride the bike because I don't want you to get hurt, and you're like, no, the bike keeps me alive, and I'm like, no, I don't want you to do it. That's me being selfish. I think I'm being selfless, but me telling you not to let you make yourself be happy, that's not okay. That's selfish. I don't even have to agree with it. I don't even have to. I can say, bro, I still disagree, but do you? Which this has happened to me in life with my friends where I'm like, bro, I don't agree with this, but it's not about me. At this point, you gotta do what makes you happy, right? And
Mhm.
I've been in a situation the other way around where my loved one's like, hey, I don't want you to do this. And I'm like, this is for me, man. I get it, but this is for me. And you just have to be like, you know what? I get it. Peace of mind is priceless. No money. I would argue not even health. Like peace of mind comes first because if you're alive and just miserable and just mental anguish, what not to be morbid, but at that point it's like you might not even want to be alive, bro. Like let's be real.
Mhm.
So I get it. I mean, it wouldn't be my advice to get on a bike, but who the fuck am I? It's about him. You know?
It's
Yeah.
one of the like we earlier on the podcast is the concept of putting yourself in another man's shoes so you can understand why he walks the walk that he does.
Mhm.
Like you won't understand until you've been in those shoes. You can try, but until you've been in that walk, like you don't know. I mean, shit. There's moments in my life that as I'm getting older, without even talking to my dad, because I can't. I understand him. I've said this many times. Like I understand my dad more and more as I get older, without ever having a conversation with him. It's like, damn, I can see why he did this, or I can see why he decided to do that, or blah blah blah.
100%. And you know what's crazy, Joe? You don't actually have to know the details. You just
Mm-hmm.
having perspective of life. Okay, I could look at you, Joe, or Zaid, right? And I could be like, I know for a fact just where you guys are at and how I know you guys are mentally. I can tell y'all have been through some real shit, right? I don't have to ask you what you've been through. I don't even have to know what you've been through. I know you've been through it because you don't get on the other side of the perspective you guys have without going through some really fucked up dark times. It's impossible. So just
Or
talking to y'all, I already know. I don't need, you don't have to tell me anything. Oh, I know you guys been through, because that's the only way you get to the other side. You don't get to see the other side unless you've passed that test. And that test is rough. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, you understand your dad. I understand my dad too. I couldn't tell you the details, but but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get
Mm-hmm.
everything he's done and said. I can see it clearly, right? To get a little bit personal, like let's say my older brother, he battled some addiction issues, right? alcohol. It wasn't like hard drugs, right? And at the time, you know what's easy to do? Well, I was raised like you. I went through hardship too. I don't have addiction. Do better. Step up, right? It's not how life works, bro. I also learned that he was privy to things that I wasn't exposed to, right? He was in the army, right? Um, I don't know the extent of arminess. I don't know. Some people just cook food. Some people, give stitches. Some people kill people. I didn't know he killed people. I don't know. I'm like, he's probably an engineer or something. He's not doing any action. I don't know that happened. So me learning that, I'm like, oh well, I haven't killed people intentionally, at least.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I haven't killed nobody, but it's one of those things. And then there was information he knew as a child that I was too young. I didn't know. I wasn't aware. Then I'm like, damn, bro, yeah, that could fuck you up. So for me to sit there and judge, well, you can't judge people like that because until your camera's off. I don't know if he. But yeah, you can't put yourself in people's shoes until you've lived enough life to even understand what this means. It is different. It's not, don't be blinded by your own privilege. People hate the word privilege, but we're all privileged in different ways. There's things that we haven't seen that other people have seen. There's things that you've seen I haven't seen, vice versa. So you can't say, why that guy like that? Just try to believe that everybody's doing the best with the tools they have at that moment. You might get new tools, you might forget old habits, you might do better, but I believe we're all, or most of us, are trying to do the best with the tools we have available. That's it, So
Yeah.
I believe you guys are the same. We try to give people grace, as much grace as possible. Eventually, maybe you'll be like, that's too much grace, and just leave them alone. But never any animosity. I don't have hate on my heart for any person. Nobody whatsoever. Nobody.
I know I've lost a lot of my patience when it comes to the victim mentality, though. Like if someone comes at me and tells me their issue or whatever, and they instantly play that card, the whole victim thing, I shut that shit down. So, man, like, come on, like, eventually you have to learn how to fucking stop victimizing yourself. Like.
I know what you mean. Okay, depending how bad it is, I'll give them some grace. Listen to it. Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, man. And then,
That's it.
Don't get me wrong. You're welcome to talk to me anytime. But how you talk to me is important. How you talk to me is important. You guys, if you guys are going through something, I'm like, hey, everything good? Yeah, everything's good. Everything really good. Okay. It's like you're hesitant, and then I hear it, and then that's it. But you don't. None of you guys ever come to me like, "Oh man, I'm just so bad." But like, I mean, we almost got to pry each other to even know what's going on, And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You should be open to share things with your friends, but not like moaning about it. Talk about it. Let's have a conversation, and let's figure out a way. You know what I'm saying? But. What's good, Paul?
What up, dog?
Chilling.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
I'm kind of lonely as fuck right now, dog. So,
Uh-oh.
me and Joe have been partners for what, fucking 6 years, and this son of a bitch left me for the holidays, bro. Like, okay, I see how it is now. I see where we're at.
I was thinking about like, damn, like I haven't seen Paul in over a week. This is the longest I think I've gone without seeing Paul in my life.
Yeah. Wait,
we got a whole another week to go.
Wait, you were in Vegas, Joe?
I'm in Vegas, yeah.
And Paul is home.
Yeah, I'm home. Yeah. Well, my girl moved in last weekend, bro. So Sakara's having puppies the next week or two. So I had wanted to take off this weekend to go to Vegas on Friday after Christmas, but she's a week away from having puppies, bro. Like let's not do it. You know what I mean?
Damn. I just got a puppy. I kind of waited. And had some of the cigar puppies.
Hey, these puppies will be badass, bro. I don't think she's gonna have very many because she's not very big.
Yeah.
If she only has 5 or 6, they're all gonna be fucking huge.
That's the thing in the bully community. People try to get the huge girls because, bro, some of these girls can have 12, 15 puppies.
Yeah.
I think that's too much to manage personally. They can't even fit on the milk. You gotta feed them yourself. They can't even get the. I think 6 to 8. That's perfect. You know.
None of that. When it's a smaller litter, well, I'm just learning myself. But when it's a smaller litter, don't the puppies get more of the better
I agree.
quality DNA and shit? So they're bigger and better themselves.
I agree. And some people want more money, right? So they say more puppies, more money. That's not true.
Nah, fuck
Because
no. More quality.
after like the 6th puppy, they gonna start. You are gonna be like, this one
Hey,
is
bro,
a little
quality
skinny.
diminishes, bro.
You're gonna be like, what's up with this one? This one, why you so skinny?
You're gonna be stuck with fucking 4 of the runs forever, bro. I'm giving them away, you know.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like if you go on Craigslist, you'll see a nice, a decent bully for like $500. You're like, what? From 5,000 to 500? What's wrong?
So that,
What's wrong with that?
And the motherfucker's 16 weeks old too.
Well, that happens all the time, you know. But yeah, it's one of those things. I don't think you want too much, you know. But the most important thing I think is temperament, and Sakara's temperament is perfect. So I think that's the best trait. If the temperament,
and I guess the baby daddy's temperament too, right? I guess the Mac. I don't know if you're familiar with Mac.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about him, but he's like a taller, athletic, more lean type. You know,
about 120 pounds.
Yeah,
but his temperament too. He's around kids and other women and other puppies. Perfect. So his temperament is probably just like Sakara's. So I mean, the puppies that come out should be pretty fucking cool, you know.
Bang on, yeah, and I mean, he's pretty popular, I'm sure. So, those puppies. I think Compton wants one. He told me that.
Compton wants one. I think Hunter wants one.
Oh, five.
Everybody in the water community though, you've taken the dog around. They all want one.
They love it. That's why it's perfect in this industry to do. Flex Lewis used to sell bullies. I don't know if y'all know that. That used to be a bully guy. Yeah. So it's a good business, but I mean, you have to love the dogs because cleaning up shit all day.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be fun if you don't love it. You know,
you gotta get into that routine of waking up in the morning, going out there and fucking picking up the shit. Oh, yeah. Especially we got 5 dogs now. We got her 3, my 1, and then Levi. So I mean, there's fucking piles of shit all day long now.
Yeah. You guys are gonna move to Texas?
No, well, that's a different story for a different day, I think. Okay. But we can probably talk about that. But
yeah, it's
we'll be in LA for a while.
It's a process. It's hard to just get up. So many moving parts. I mean, I think we all wanted to.
My biggest reason is Jack's being close to his family. Because his grandparents live in LA, and you know, like just seeing how much they love being around him, how much they even help us and stuff. Like, I just think it's a selfish move to take him away because I have everything I need in Cali right now, at least, and I have the ability to travel and stuff to the places that we do need to go to. So it's one of those things. Like, I just didn't want to take Jack away from that.
I like that. I think that's a smart move. I'll say this though: I'm confident that y'all gonna put yourself in a position that y'all be able to have a place in Texas and here.
That's in my mind. That's kind of where I've been with it. Have a vacation home there, and then a winter home here type thing, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, because houses out there aren't very much.
Yeah.
They could figure out a way to have somebody in there every so often and Airbnb it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then y'all, it's 4 of y'all. 4 is better than 1. So if 4 of y'all collectively, y'all mind, finances, y'all could make even more happen that way.
Yeah.
It's powers in numbers. So if y'all could put your heads together, credits together, there's so much y'all could do. You know, so much y'all could do with that. And then I think that'd be dope. You know?
Yeah.
But what the hell was we talking about? We were talking about some random life shit.
It's life experience, but it is funny though talking about being away from Paul. I felt that yesterday. I was man, this is fucking weird. Like just I haven't been gone from anything this long, and like Paul said, I have another week to go. But it's interesting because like this is the most time I've had like been able to spend with Ashley, just us two. Like, because we have Jax all the time.
Yeah.
So, but because her family's here and wanted to spend so much time with them, me and Ashley have been able to bond a lot. So it's been good for us too. But yeah, like it's definitely a different life out here compared to
sure.
I got a random question for y'all. Have y'all ever, Joe and Paul, have y'all ever been this close to anybody else because you and Paul are basically brothers, shit, closer than brother at this point. Have y'all ever been this close to a friend before?
No.
For
The
this
only, the only other person was my ex fiance, I would say, but that doesn't count as far as guy friends.
Yeah, guy. See, when I see these kind of relationships, sometimes I'm like, huh. I'm like, I don't think I ever had that. I'm like, is it me? But then when I ask the people, it's not a common thing. It's like once in a lifetime, like that you click with somebody to that point that y'all become brothers, right? It's not like it's dime a dozen. Oh yeah, so like, cause guys are a little different. I think girls can have like 10 best friends and they cycle through best friends like every month. Whereas guys, we have a lot of friends. We have tiers, like you, Joe and Paul are like brothers. That's not even friends. That's like beyond friends.
Yeah, it's family.
Exactly. Then you have like first tier friends, second tier friends, and like acquaintances, right? So I don't think it's common for. I think we can have a lot of first tier friends, but I don't think it's common to have like that kind of brotherhood with just anybody, right? Because it takes some time. It takes some time, you know.
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of trust. Just like any relationship, bro. There's a lot of where you got to be in the middle. You know what I mean? I forget what the word is, but like this takes a lot of time, a lot of trust, a lot of compromise. You know what I mean? Me and him will bump heads at certain times, but at the same time, dog, we know he'll tell you himself. He knows it's an emotional thing, right? So it's like you pull yourself away and realize, fuck, it's not that serious. So it's kind of like one of those things where we forgive right away. You know what I'm saying? And then it's crazy too, because what you're saying, we get run into all the time by different people at the gym, wherever gym we go to, and that tell us all the time, bro, fuck, man, like your guys' relationship is dope. Like it's like you said, it doesn't happen very often. What we see from you guys, it's dope that you guys are authentic like that and keep it together.
Yeah. If you can't bump heads, you're not real friends.
No, you got to.
That's the thing. Yeah, like if you don't have that comfort to be able to like not necessarily talk back, but give your opinion back. It's like, then who is that person to you?
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, you're going to argue with the ones you're closest with because there's an emotional bond there that you cared.
Well, you can. Okay, why do you think? Not to be morbid, but why do you think when there's a murder, they look at the the closest friends and family first?
That's true.
Don't worry, I won't murder you.
But because it takes emotion to argue. If some random dude says, "I don't like chocolate ice cream," you're not even gonna reply. But if your best friend, you're like, "What? How do you not like chocolate ice cream?" Right?
Yeah, 100%.
You're willing.
I get mad at Paul when he says something doesn't taste good. Like, dog, you're too fucking picky. That's why.
Yeah. You should. If you're real friends, you should be able to get into the most heated argument ever, and 5 minutes later, you're like, yeah, let's go eat. Like it's not even a thing. They don't even phase you, right? That's true friendship. If you can't even debate, somebody says something and you just ignore it, right? You're not close enough. You don't have that kind of relationship yet. You should be able to. There shouldn't even be a missing beat. I know friends that maybe they won't talk for like the rest of the workout, and then after the workout they're like, let's go, let's go home.
I don't even think it's been that long, though. I think we'll get, even like working out, we'll get into an argument about a certain movement or not an argument, like a debate over a certain movement. You can tell there's emotions in it, right? Mm-hmm. And then once the next couple sets get hit, then all of a sudden, okay, it's over. It's done. Like next, what I mean? Like next debate or whatever, bro, So it don't last.
And then the arguments are out of love, right? Right. It's like you're trying to make a point because you care about the person. Let's say you want them to see a perspective, right? Let's say they're upset about something and you're like, no, this way. And you're arguing, but it's only because you want the person to see a perspective so they feel better. You literally arguing because you love the person, right? Literally, which is what most arguments should be about with their loved ones, right? You want to, let's say you're arguing about politics. Well, you want them to see a point of view that you think is going to make their life better, really, more than anything. So it's all about a point of view. Hey Zayd, you ever had how many super close relationships have you had with men?
I actually had best friend for 14 years, but a few years back, we had a fallout. He turned into a different person, But I had a good friend for literally 14 years, bro. It was awesome, but the guy over the years changed, and at some point, you could tell when someone doesn't care anymore. Yeah.
You know what? That's okay too.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No harm, no foul. Just people grow apart. It happens.
I was just gonna say that shit. It's the same thing as a relationship. It's another relationship. Grow
Yeah.
apart. I have friends that when I pursued this life, I don't necessarily want to say I lost them, but they're definitely not really a part of my life anymore. They just did their own thing. It's completely different than what I do now.
You end up outgrowing people, is what it is.
Yeah.
You outgrow people, and then people take different routes in life, and some people stay the same, some people go this way, some people stay the same, some people go this way. You know what I mean? It's
especially that friend. He wasn't into fitness. He was a banker.
That's gonna be hard.
Get him out of there.
That's
Get him out of there.
Time,
I have a friend that we were like really close, and he was very money driven. I was never about making a ton of money. I obviously want money, but it was never my objective. Like, I want to be rich as fuck. Like that was never my thing. And that was his. So he was very materialistic, and I like the simple things in life. And so we just drift apart like that. No issues though.
Yeah. It has to align.
People grow apart. That's it.
Yeah. And sometimes you're at different places at different times, right? So I would say for my previous relationship, she was older than me. I just think she was just further along, and just like I feel like I think like her now because I'm her age when we were together now, right? So I kind of get her perspective more now. But at the time, it just would clash, and we were just at two different points. I don't think it's always about age, but just you could be at two different places at two times, and we're still as close friends as you can be when people are in relationship. I'm not in a relationship, but she's in a relationship, right? As close a friends as you could be respectfully, like we don't be hanging out and shit. But the door is always open. I know on my end, but it's like it's amicable in a way that we were just in two different places at different times, So initially, I kind of felt like the bad guy, but then you have to understand that, and she doesn't look at me that way, but you gotta understand that you just weren't where you needed to be mentally, and at the time, you just weren't aware of that. And now that you're aware, you also can't bash yourself. You got to be like, I just wasn't there. I'll be better moving forward. Just you learn, right? So hold yourself accountable, but at the same time, don't bash yourself, because that's not going to do any good if you bash yourself neither. So just be like, well, that was me before. I'm a new person, and then moving forward, I'm going to do everything, the right way. So, all right, what y'all got? What y'all got planned for New Year's? Anything fun?
What's New Year's? Wednesday? Off day.
Off day. That's rest day too.
Oh, okay.
Nothing really. Most of Ashley's family doesn't really like. I'll take that back. Not everybody drinks here, so there's not like a giant party and stuff where people getting drunk and all that.
Yeah.
The younger kids drink, the 21-year-olds and stuff. Yeah, but I'm over here like you said, it's like another day. We eat together though. We they made the other day I had 14 tamales, bro.
Holy fuck! Where'd you weigh the next day? 302?
No, actually, that day I lost a little bit of weight. I slept in, but then this morning I was 301 pounds.
Oh shit!
Nice.
I tell this guy he's in the 315 this offseason.
No, man, it's hard.
Be tight. You're gonna get a 315, dog. Watch.
I could barely get the food down now.
Hey, that didn't stop you before. McDonald's, here we come.
I had a pizza yesterday.
Yeah.
This is what happens. So this is how this happens. I get so fucking tired trying to be so regimented that one day I'm just like, fuck it, dude, I need to sleep. I slept until like 2:30 yesterday. I was so behind. I was like, fuck it. It was legs. I had 2 meals. And then after I was like, Ash, I'm just going to get a fucking pizza. There's like no way I can get this food in.
That's what we did.
And I weighed Yeah, there was no way. I slept until 2:30 p.m.
Yeah,
I
we
had
did.
help with Jack, so I didn't need to get up.
Yeah. You don't got no clients either, so you don't got to get up at fucking 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but I told Ashley, I was like, dude, like I'm an idiot if I don't try to take advantage of the fact that I can sleep out here. So I said, fuck it. If I fall behind, I was like, I've done it in the past like this. I need to figure out how many calories on my plan and just make sure I get that number in. So I got a pizza yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, but then yesterday, speaking of training with Paul, I'm not training with Paul. I had a flashback. I was doing legs. I'm leaning over this machine. I'm like fucking gasping for air, bro. I'm 300 fucking pounds. And I'm training legs with Ashley. And Ashley's like a fucking, she's an animal. She's like gets up. She's like pushing herself. She's like, all right, Joe. What do you want on next? What do you want on next? I'm over here like, fuck,
She's ready to go.
I remember being that young fucking energized, like 240-pound version of myself and looking at Paul like, why is this guy fucking so out of breath? Like, is he out of shape? And he's like, no, dog, I'm fucking heavy. And this many years later, I'm like, dude, remember I said about walking another man's shoes? I was like, this is what this is like. And I told her, I was like, this is what Paul felt like when I would train legs with him back then.
Remember, all the time shit would happen like that, right? Like his food right now he can't eat, and he's gagging on his meals. And before he wasn't gagging on his meals before, but I was. And I said, watch, motherfucker, the time's gonna come when you're gagging. I'm gonna look back and I said, I fucking told you so. No, that won't be me, bro. I love to eat. I have a big appetite. I said, okay. So it's funny when I hear this kind of shit because I always tell him, it's gonna come. Wait for it. It's going to come. It's going to happen.
You know what's crazy though? It comes faster. I think it comes faster than we think it's gonna come.
Yeah, it does. You don't.
Very shortly after that. Yeah, very shortly after that, and like, dude, like I was already 285 pounds to start this push. I'm at 300. You know, we're 4 weeks in. It's like, damn, dog, like it shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this
hard. But you were at 285 and you were eating probably half the carbs or maybe 3/4 of the carbs you're eating now. You know what I mean? Like you were actually controlling your weight when you were more off. So now they're giving you food to push you up, and you're crawling up quick because you're actually eating a decent amount of food now.
But the thing is too, like I'm hitting. Remember, I've always talked about your body will eat itself back to a weight that it knows how to be where it's been. Yeah. So now I'm at a point where it's like, this is where I haven't been anything heavier than this. So I'm like, fuck, man, that feeling of like,
this is where it starts getting uncomfortable.
I didn't think I was gonna have to do this again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, it's kind of dumb not to, because your conditioning is so fucking on point right now, bro. You know what I mean? Like
that's how Justin sees it.
Like I mean, your fucking full six-pack, your abs are still there. You know, your back still has detail in it. You have no lower back fat in the back. I mean, why not?
When I'm butt ass naked, though, I'm not gonna lie, my legs look fucking huge. Like, compared to my waist, I can't believe it myself when I see how big my legs.
You gotta hold your dick.
Yeah, no. I'll ask Ashley to make sure. I'm like, all right, try not to pay attention to my cock. Like my leg, I'm so proud of my fucking progress in my legs.
I don't think anybody anticipated you to have to push, but like Paul said, it's the condition. If the condition is there, then you can't just keep the food. You gotta
your body wants it. Your body wants it, and it's not going overboard either. You know what I mean? Like it's being controlled. It's been a controlled weight gain.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to link up with Compton again. I have a weird thing. Paul knows I think I'm fat all the time. I'm just
so do I.
You see, but the issue with that, I'm like, because of the weight, I can't be. I know I can't be because if I'm looking at the weight, I can't be fat at this weight. You know, and nobody else thinks I'm fat, but obviously I don't like to pay attention to just anybody, right? Because but because I'm not pushing the food, and I know Compton will push the food, so I'm like,
you're holding yourself back from putting weight on.
Yeah, just because I don't want to put on fat, but it's like there's a balance. There's a balance.
There comes a point. I mean, a little bit's not gonna hurt you, exactly. Especially with your conditioning.
Yeah, so just for that perspective, I think I think self-coaching can be a great thing just because you can keep an eye all the time, but the perspective is the fucked up part. You have to have somebody has to bring the perspective in. If you leave it up to yourself, you're always small, you're always fat. you know.
Oh,
So you got to have another perspective, you know.
There was times Justin surprised me. I thought I was fat as fuck. And I still think I was fat as fuck. He's like, here's more. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
it happens both ways, right? Or in prep, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm shredded," and it's like, we're gonna keep it low," and you're like, "Low day."
And I'll never forget the moment where Justin, I was like, fucking, like, this is the first time I ever got in shape with Justin. And I was like, man, I feel fucking terrible, but I'm fucking diced. And I check in, and I'm driving my little Cintas truck back then. And I get my check-in while I'm like at a fucking stoplight or something. And the check-in says, hey, we're looking really good. We're right on track. We need about 10 more pounds. I'm like, the fuck you mean we need 10 more pounds?
Well,
Dude, I'll never forget that.
The beauty of bodybuilding is the perfect microcosm of life. Is that a real word?
I don't know. I've never heard it before.
That's ChatGPT. They'll tell you.
I'll pull that one out my head. But it sounded right. That's the perfect microcosm of life. It directly imitates life. It's like, I remember asking my sister, I was like, yo, sis, you know, you be looking happy on the gram and stuff. I want to know, like, does life gets easier? She said, hell no, it gets harder, but you get better at it. So you don't even notice when it's hard. And that's prep, right? It's like bodybuilding. You're like, bro, I'm tired. And then after a while, you're still tired. If you're lean, you're going to be tired. You're going to feel shitty, but you don't even care. And you could put on, you can still be, what's the word I'm looking for? Present. Even if it's half fake, half real, is way better than it was 5 years ago. It's not even comparable. You know, you used to just be like, get away from me. Everybody get away. I don't even want to look. I can't even talk to you. And now you can smile. Hey, how you doing, babe? You feel like shit, but you can still kind of like, you feel something. You're like, yeah, I'm okay today. You know, I used to not even want my ex home. I didn't even want her around me. I would just, just disappear. I didn't want anybody around me. I didn't want anybody to touch me. I didn't want a hug. I just,
That's on prep, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's still like that, like the last 2-3 weeks. Let's be real, bro.
Even
For the most experienced veterans out there, the last couple of weeks is always the hardest.
The last couple of weeks, yeah, the possible, yeah. I would say sometimes peak off season, maybe not emotion wise, but physically, man, it don't feel very good. They don't feel very good, and like, sex is hard, bro. I'm like, yo, what am I doing, bro? I'm gassed. But what the fuck is going on? My abs are sore. I'm like, you know what? I feel like this should be more fun, but I'm kind of gassed. I'm not going.
Bro, I'm over here changing fucking Jackson's diaper, and I'm getting out of breath. My fucking back's all pumped and shit. I'm having to lean over everything. I'm like, fuck. Hold on, Jack, stay right there.
So Ashley's sitting next to him right now, listening to this, right? So
she's in the other room.
He's doing this on purpose. If she hears this, so he won't have to change diapers no more.
Smart man. Smart man.
Smart.
Smart man. Yeah.
She's a diaper changer. I'm surprised you. I've changed 2 shit diapers this trip.
Fuck.
Wow. Yeah. I think it's easier to clean dog shit than human shit. Actually, dog shit doesn't bother me, man.
Because you don't have to get in there and wipe his ass and shit.
Like, I wipe the ass, but it's different. It's just like boom, right?
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, and I make sure there's shit like baby shit is like always diarrhea because it's milk. It's always diarrhea. Dog shit. I keep this shit nice and solid. I keep this shit. So it's
at this point though, Jack's shit's all solid.
Oh,
he's past that water phase or whatever.
Oh, if you have
it's been solid every time I've changed it.
Is he having food or real food? Like what kind of?
Yeah, he's that little like Gerber shit, the
baby
little
food?
Mushy stuff. Yeah,
sweet potato, applesauce, all that.
Yeah. The other day, a few weeks ago, she tried to give him like turkey and something, and I smelled it. I was like, "Don't give him that shit." I was like, "That shit's disgusting, bro." I wouldn't want to eat that.
It was a vegetable, wasn't it? He's like, you don't eat no like, fucking vegetables.
I was like, get that shit out of his fucking face.
I don't know where it started. Somewhere along the bodybuilding thing in the East Coast, we started eating like applesauce and baby food and shit. It became a thing.
Yeah,
it got popular. I don't know who made it popular.
That happened here too. Back in the late 2000s, wasn't it? Or something like that? Yeah. People doing that shit here too because it was cleaner food.
This is true. It's mushed up.
No preservatives and shit.
With Chad Nichols feeding people apple pie stuffing.
Yeah, he
he used to do that all the time. Yeah,
Starbucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me see. Should we talk bodybuilding?
Wait, what podcast?
I haven't had you on for a while. What's some of the shit I want to talk about?
Not baby shit. Not baby shit.
Yeah, no more baby shit.
When was the last time we talked on a podcast? I want to see how far back I go.
Fuck, man. Like this crew together?
I think since like
what the fuck is Ken at?
Oh, I said him. I think he said he was going to be on it. Should I send him I think I texted it. Let me see. Yeah, it says delivered. Let me try sending it on WhatsApp just to make sure that if he's not sitting around waiting.
Yeah, I got till 2:00. I'm gonna get work done by this guy named Miguel out here at Dragon's Lair, the torture room or whatever. I heard he's really good.
Oh, I heard about that fool.
I'll let you know how he does.
I got lost man at 2:30.
How often I get work then?
We try to go once a week, latest every other week, but sometimes it's been our schedule doesn't allow it, or the guy that we want to work with fucking cancels, and we're fucked for a whole week. So
yeah, at one point I was doing it. I was doing it twice a week at one point.
I've never been twice a week.
If you could afford it, dog, it's great. You know what I mean? Like it's good for your body, especially as hard as we hit it. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. Is to budget that. To budget that, I think is important, but only based on there's like a pecking order of finances, right? That would be more on the obviously the food and gear and shit like that. I think that would be after that if you could swing that. But I definitely noticed a lot more blood flow in like my legs, my back, shit like that. You know, so
you probably get better mobility too.
Exactly.
I think it's really important to get scraped, man, especially in the areas you pin, so the scar tissue doesn't build up year after year. Yeah. I get scraped once a month, just to make sure there's no fucking knots anywhere.
Great segue, Zaid. Great segue. he knew. PMMA. Let's talk about it.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, what exactly is PMMA?
It's basically liquid plastic that fills in a spot.
You know what?
It stays there.
Yeah.
Great question, because I feel like everybody's talking about it, but the truth is we all kind of know about it, but I don't think anybody actually knows what it exactly is, you know?
Before we go on, this is on my head. I saw it yesterday. Did you guys see that Natalia does the muscle worship shit?
Was that recent?
I don't know, bro. I was like, what the fuck she doing that shit for?
I know. Listen, I mean, I know a lot of female bodybuilders do it, but I thought she made a lot of money. Maybe it's not a money thing. Maybe it's like a favor or something. I would imagine she lives in Brazil. Their contracts are crazy, so I didn't expect that. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a little older. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows?
I just feel like at a certain level, it's like Jesus. Like you still got to do that. Like I don't know.
I honestly, this is not to cover her in any ways. Honestly, I think it was out of context. I think that video had to be like some kind of. I don't know if it was a skit. I just can't. like what would they be paying her to do that? She makes a lot of money, you know.
So I was like, what the fuck? It
So
was so random. That fucking muscle Discord guy be fucking digging shit up from, from I don't know how long ago.
If that's the case, wait for Sarah to get a hold of that dog. We're gonna hear her a lot more shit from Sarah.
This is the worst.
from,
Worst thing that could happen.
From what I know about Natalia, she's super conservative, like way more than like you would think, you know. So it doesn't really add up, but I mean, it was there. It didn't look like AI, so I don't know. I saw it. Okay.
How would you guys feel if you saw me like fucking wrestling up a little Asian dude or something? Just get him.
Hey, imagine if you saw that. Imagine if you saw that somebody posted it and you know it wasn't you. Like how do you explain it? You're like, oh, I don't know. I don't. It must be AI. I didn't do it. Do you think anybody will believe you?
You know what I do think? I think fucking Joe's DMs are gonna be stuck with a lot of Asian guys that want it.
You're gonna get DMs now.
Little Asian DMs.
Okay. PMMA, polymethyl, methacrylate, transparent shatter resistant thermoplastic, known as acrylic glass or plexiglass. I know what plexiglass is. It doesn't seem like you would want that in your body.
Is that what they put on fucking iPhones? Screen projectors?
Yeah. I got to be honest, right? We don't know these people. We don't know what they do. I don't think most people would take that risk at that level. If you're already, think about it, the people being accused, they're already winning, right? She won before these accusations. She won before any. So the plastic, I think that's such a big potential risk to not win. I can't see them doing that. You know, shots, of course, like whatever SEOs, sure. I mean, a lot of people do that, but PMMA in particular, I think it would be too risky for like Natalia or Derek to do that. I don't really buy that, and not like I said, not because I'm not defending them. I don't know what the fuck they do. Do you guys think they would jeopardize potentially fucking up body parts if they've already won?
If you're already winning, I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Me too. Yeah. Last place, guys. Yeah,
she won.
So did Derek, right? It doesn't. I think the people who would try things like this is people who have nothing to lose. I think like maybe top amateurs or something, or even like lower tier pros, possibly.
Yeah.
You know, not SEOs. SEO is rampant. I mean, it is there, but PMMA, I don't believe it. You know, I don't believe it.
I actually really like to see someone who has used it and what they look like.
Rich Piana.
Like that. Yeah. But like he's used so many things, it's hard to tell what the fuck did what.
And he used so much of it. I don't think that would be like the entry level look, right? That's like advanced abuse, you know. I mean, girls use it on the app. You know what I would. You know what I could say? I would say I'm sure there are wellness girls in Brazil who've used it on the app because we've seen ass that look sus, you know, but not the ones winning though. The ones winning never. Those aren't the girls that win though. The girls that win look pretty real. I mean, right? So,
so that Ashley really likes that girl, Tiffany. You know Tiffany, bro. She fucking Bulgarian squatted 4 plates.
Yeah,
on Smith. How the fuck? That's not fake.
No,
that's real. That's real as fuck. You tell me a fake ass that can do that.
If you see it in person, you know it's real for sure. Like even the girl who ended up, she did fake it at some point. Was the doctor girl? I can't remember.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
Andrews.
Sunny
Yes.
Andrews.
I was
Yes,
thinking
yes.
of that name too. Yes, yes.
Now, the times I've seen her in person, this was before that 1 year that things went left. Bro, she had striations all up and down her ass.
Yeah.
Huge ass, but striations all up and down. I mean, you know what real muscle is when you see it. At least we do, and that was all real muscle. Why she decided to do whatever she did, I don't know. It didn't
Yeah.
make any sense because the ass didn't even look bigger. It just looked like
It doesn't move when she walks. The
yeah,
fucking glutes don't fucking contract at all.
that was
You
a
ever
bad
seen
move.
it?
That was a bad move.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I saw her, look phenomenal. He looked phenomenal, you know. But she had legs
Yeah.
too. It wasn't just the ass. Her quads were huge.
Yeah. She's very muscular athlete.
Yeah,
She has muscle everywhere. Yeah.
yeah.
But she kind of like, I don't know what she did to her glutes. Last year she competed. She didn't look very well.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the topic, right? If it's obvious, like it was for her, you get marked down. I just don't understand what they want to happen because this is already happening, right? Because they're like it should be like banned. Well, okay, cool, but like when it's apparent, it is marked down. Sometimes severely, sometimes mildly, depending on how bad it looks. You know, at amateur
Yeah.
shows, people have gotten disqualified. Like literally, people have gotten moved to last place. I don't know if they've been taken off stage, but people have been moved all the way to last place because of this.
As
Any
they should.
abnormalities is going to get marked down, just like gyno does for guys. Like it's going to happen. So it's not like it's not being accounted for. But if it looks good, it doesn't look abnormal.
Yeah,
There's a flow to whatever it does, then I'm sure it's not going to be marked down.
100%. Now, but what happens in the industry is when people don't like somebody, they play things up, right? Derek Arms, it's not that fucking bad. And it's not the first time we've seen it. This is what I don't like because people don't like him, they only see flaws. Everybody else is perfect besides the one that beat everybody who's perfect. Right? And it's like you look at the biceps and it's like, look at Dorian's biceps. Show me one line in Dorian's biceps. You couldn't show me. So it's like he's not the first, he won't be the last who doesn't have detail. You know, Martin doesn't have a bunch of details on him. Not much. He doesn't have peaky arms. Kevin Levrone didn't have peaky biceps. He didn't have much, at least in this pose, he didn't have much detail, if any, and had no peak. This is not like some kind of new phenomenon. Some people don't have details in their biceps. Some people have a ton. You know, I've pinned my biceps. There was a year I pinned gear my biceps the entire fucking year.
Yeah.
I have detail my biceps off season. I always have detail my bicep. It's just genetic. I could pin all my gear my bicep today, and then tonight I'll show you my bicep and it'll be striated. It's not, that's not how it works. You think, you know, like they say, the guys in the 90s who had striated biceps, they pinned it too. So it's like people
Derek's arms also looked the same when he was an amateur. If you look back, the fucking arms looked exactly the same, just smaller. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, the shape didn't really change. So I feel like it's not really true with Derek. They just want to throw shade at the guy. You know? He's got too much to lose if he gets caught, you know?
Yeah. And then, I mean, are we going to ignore the years that, I mean, Hadi already got marked down, so I guess the judges didn't ignore it. But there was years that Hadi's shoulders and biceps were like pretty evident, you know? So it happens. But I don't think it's not that deep to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I mean, the gear got to go somewhere, but you got to make sure as a professional to make it look very minimal. You know, like Joe was saying, if it flows well, it's gonna look good. You're not gonna be marked down. But if something is too out of fucking shape and your shoulders look like damn triangles, then maybe you need to fix that. You know, that's why I was saying scraping is really important for that part.
I don't think they're doing it either to like blow them out of proportion either. I think they're trying to find that fine line where you said make the flow look good and make it where it's not noticeable. and that fine line can be very small. So once you go over it, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
now you really pull it back and you do your scrape or whatever. How much more are you actually going to lose from that fine line you were trying to get at? So they just say fucking and leave it as it is.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, you know, with training, less spinning, you know, I think it might work with getting away with the knots. But after a while, that scar tissue will start looking like a muscle. Yeah,
Yeah.
You won't get the negative effects of it until you size down after retirement, and then it looks very different and it looks really weird. You know.
Yeah.
So that's why I also like, man, scar tissue is gonna happen anyway. So you might as well minimalize it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think most people that pin body parts, it actually looks good. I gotta be honest with you. I think most of us know. We just don't want to be rude, but I think it looks good. You know, I think it looks good. Like I'll say this respectfully, but if I look at like Andrew's arms and shoulders, I mean, it obviously looks like he's pinning it, but I think it looks great. I think his shoulders look nice and capped. His biceps and triceps look nice and full. Looks great to me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's gear. You know, I don't know if he's outsourcing oils. I think it's gear. I don't know what it's in there, but looks great. I think it looks better than when it wasn't in there. Personally, you know, are we gonna? We can act like we don't notice it, but we do. But it looks good.
Yeah.
So nobody's complaining. I think it looks great. Same.
You know, one thing I remember. I used to pin my upper glute all the time, and I only pinned there when I first started. And me and Paul were talking, like, Paul's like, stop doing the adductor or the abductor, because he's like, your shit's getting too fucking huge. I was like, you think it matters that I pin there? He's like, yeah, over time it's gonna build up. So I'm looking like I'm having a Ronnie Coleman ass, so I don't work it out anymore. But then I was like, you know, these guys have these crazy round shoulders, and I was like, is it because they pin their shoulders?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I was telling Paul, these people that I know that pin their shoulders, they look fucking amazing. So I decided to start pinning my shoulders, and then my shoulders started looking crazy round, and I was like, oh.
But you know what's crazy about that too? So your shoulders, Joe, they like Beatty's biceps, they have striations. Even now where you're at, they're striated, right? The front of them, side of them. Like a lot of people will refrain, and a lot of coaches will tell their guys to not pin their shoulders because of the scar tissue, and you lose the striations in your shoulders because of that. Because of the bubbliness, like Zayd says about scraping them, that scar tissue builds up and you lose the striations. You don't have that issue. Your striations are fucking sick as fuck. So your shoulders are being built through muscle, not through pinning. Let me tell you that first of all.
But I wonder if there's something to be said about that itself, though. Like,
absolutely,
if you put gear in a specific area, does that area grow more than everything else?
Yeah, because the scar tissue builds, and when the scar tissue builds, it pushes out a little more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
I think your shoulders would have grown anyway, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, your shoulders are growing anyhow. So I mean, that's not. But yes, that's your question. It does help.
Well, I mean, Joe's shoulders are big. Can they, like Andrew, and obviously Andrew's shoulders are already big. Can it look more pronounced? Yes. But I've also seen people pin their shoulders, but because their shoulders are a weak body part, it doesn't really look that noticeable, right?
Right.
Same with arms. Like I've told people, at the time that I put gear in my biceps, I didn't think I had big biceps, but in hindsight, I did, right? So then when I would tell people, yeah, just pin your biceps, and they're like, well, I've been pinning it for 2 years, and I don't really see it. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess you can only go so far based off your genetics, right? So yeah, you can pin an area, but I'm not going to tell a person pin 5 cc's in a bicep neither, right? So if the 2 cc's aren't doing it, that might just be the limit, potentially. So
next head, champ.
Yeah, bro. According to the internet, I'm full of synthol, though. So I don't know how to train. I'm full of synthol.
Hey, did I tell you? Greg Doucette told me that. I had sent him a picture. You should make a video on Joe. and you like, it looks like a lot of Synthol. And I'm like, bro,
What?
I'm like, what are you talking? Where? He like, yeah, it just looks. I'm like, yeah, that's called bubbliness, brother. Like, what you think he trying to the whole body? What the fuck? Where? So I just say everything looks just so. Like, so what, bubbly? That's some people look like that. I don't know what you know.
That's crazy.
I don't know, but I'm like, yeah, make the video anyways because that's gonna get you views. But he didn't. He didn't.
He's never made a video though. I mean, no.
Yeah.
I tried to meet him in person, but he's like, he doesn't seem very
approachable. No.
Yeah.
When people don't seem approachable, I don't want to approach them. You know, I choose. I don't want. If you seem unapproachable, there's no point to approach you at that point. You know.
Then I watched a video. I think I talked about this on. I don't remember what podcast it was on, but I watched a video. It was so uncomfortable for me to watch. It was Nick's video, and Greg Doucette talks to Nick, and Nick straight up tells him, he's like, "Yeah, I wanted to fucking murder you. Like, I wanted to kill you," because he was talking shit about Nick in a video. And Greg's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This is." He was like, "Yeah, no, I don't like you." Like, it was so like I was like so uncomfortable watching the video. What the fuck?
For that, though. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Hey, I guess it comes in territory. You have to be okay that you have the ability to say what you want, and people have the ability to say, I don't fuck with you. You know, I fuck with you. It's like I feel like it's. I personally look at it like, I think he does it for entertainment. I don't think he truly means most of what he says. I feel like he's playing it up for entertainment value. He either seems like a very calm person, so I personally be like, don't take it too personal, just because I don't think he cares that much about it. But if you do take it personal, I think that's justified too, because he went in on Nick like pretty bad a few times actually. So I think it's fair game to take it personal.
I think it's crazy to me that a person like, okay, look, I have no problems with Greg, honestly, but I'm like, damn, this dude really chose like to play the game to make all this money because he's successful as fuck now, right? Like, but at what cost, right? When you walk into a building and nobody likes you, it's like, damn, dog, was it worth it? You know, like, fuck.
Exactly.
I think to some people, yes, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would feel right. Like, we're not moral police, but at the same time, like, there's so many ways to get views if you want to get views strictly. But I don't know. Like, some days I'm like, I can make more money doing this, but then I'm just not into it. Which, is that leaving money on the table? Yes, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It just don't.
Me and Paul talked about this. Whenever we film anything, we always, to ourselves, a promise to ourselves that we would never become something that we're not. So, like, whatever you see on YouTube, I'd like to know that when a person meets me in person, they're like, damn, you're just like the guy I see on YouTube.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. I don't like doing skits. I don't like doing all that shit because it's not me. I'm not a pranker or any of that shit. I told Paul, like, that may give me a bunch of views, but that's not me. Like, Paul's never pushed me to do it, but I'm just saying, like, we've had this conversation, like, dude, we can get so many more views and just fucking blow the fuck up because I have a certain physique, and if I just do this shit that everybody else does, it'll catch wind, right? That's not me. That's becoming something I'm not, and I don't want to do that.
Not only that, I feel if you stay authentic and if you stay genuine to yourself, like, other people gravitate to that, right? Because they sense and they feel that the authenticity of yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you want to be fake you, play a facade, or do you want to be the real you and let people know who you really are?
100%. I feel like
his name. He just turned pro, and he does a lot of like. He kicks the food out of people's hands and all that shit.
NBO,
yeah. His fucking content is cringe as fuck.
Yeah.
But the only reason he's able to do it is because he's actually like that. That's actually his personality. I think
that's even worse.
But,
You know,
but here's the thing.
if you do it
If
for likes, I can understand. You want to get paid, but if you're that kind of guy, oh my gosh,
he's
he
the
makes us
same in
look
person.
real bad, bro. Really,
Yeah,
because
he's the
people
same
look
in
at him
person.
and feel like that he's a damn bully.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I seen him at the expo last year, and just like talking to his boys and shit. He has the same raspy, fucking loud voice. That's just who he is, I believe.
If you're
oh,
if you're able to upkeep that content, it kind of for most people, it kind of has to be at least a part of you, or it's hard to pretend for that long.
That's the whole thing about being authentic, right? Being genuine. That's
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There was a time when like blessing was doing really well at this time, but it was basically if you're a bodybuilder and you do skits, you're gonna blow up, you're gonna go viral. It was
Mhm.
just a
yeah,
thing at that time. And then I got with a company to help me, like a marketing company to help me with the coaching, and they wanted me to do it. And I'm like, you know what? Because in my head, I'm like, I don't want to do anything that's not me. But I'm like, if it's for my followers and they enjoy it, maybe it's not about me. Let me try it. And of course, try it. The videos go viral. I mean, it's like some things are like Joe said. Some things are just going to happen. If Joe looking like Joe starts doing certain skits, they're gonna go viral. It's not a maybe. It's going maybe a million, maybe two. It's going to go viral no matter what.
yeah.
But then you
The one
do
you
it.
did for Christmas, Joe, was awesome. Some
That
stuff
was nice though. Yeah,
Yeah, see, but
would be amazing for you.
it has to
that
align with
was
you.
that was Blackstone Labs skit,
Mhm.
but it was my so okay, they wanted me to be Santa, and then they didn't know what they wanted to do with it though. So that whole skit was my idea.
Okay, yeah.
Like pulling
Oh,
everything out of the bag and stuff, cutting the sleeves off, all that
nice.
was me. And so that was dope because that was me putting it together. It wasn't something that was forced upon me. But you
Exactly.
bet your ass, it's a little uncomfortable though to wear a Santa suit. Like that's not me to fucking do that. But then I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, like the picture that I took, that one went fucking viral. That where I was shirtless in the Santa, that one blew the fuck up because I was just like Santa Claus. I was all jacked.
Well, oh, I'll say this: if the skit aligns with your personality, or let's say for me, if it aligns with my personality, I'm down to do it. If it aligns,
That's what I mean.
you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now that being said, I can only do so many. I can't pop out a new one 3 times a week.
So
When
pretty
I'm
much, once a month, Blackstone asks me to do something.
okay,
They'll
yeah,
they'll give me like this guidelines, and then I'll kind of put together for them, and then send it to them, and then they just approve it. So it's pretty much covered for me. So it's a lot easier when they allow you to play with it.
I agree. Well, okay, for me, it's a lot easier when they give me the guideline. Hey, I want you to make a video about this supplement, and they give me a rough guideline, and then I fill in the blanks. That actually, I need that because if they don't tell me anything, I just don't do anything. So if they, and then I can only be creative with these kind of ideas if they kind of give me a guideline, then I can get creative with it. And then I'll do it in a way I'm comfortable with because that's the only way I'm going to do it. I have to be comfortable with it, you know? So, yeah, so some skits work, but back to the story. So I do a couple of skits, boom, they blow up. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Um, I should probably do more. Somewhere along the lines, even though I did skits that I'm comfortable with, I couldn't upkeep it because it's still not me. Even if I'm comfortable with it, I'm not a skit person. So like you said, I could do once a month, I could do once in a blue moon, but this couldn't be my content just because it's funny because it's doing well. So that means your followers and people want to see it. That should be like so you should do more, but only within reason, man. I just can't. I can't wake up every day and do something I feel uncomfortable with. I just can't.
Yeah.
And then part of me feels guilty. I'm like, I'm just throwing away money that I could be making, but then it's like,
Every time it's like,
life.
bro, you have to look back at. It's like when you look at yourself. If you cringe yourself out, it's like fuck. You can't do that.
That's not cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like a balance. You give the fans what they want to some extent, or follow what they want, but you got to stay true to yourself, or it's just
Mhm.
not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah. All right.
The fast money isn't always good money.
Yeah.
No, man. I've had I've had points in my life where I'll basically do whatever it takes to survive or make a living. but karma's real, bro. Karma's real, bro. It's like you things never work out. Everything has a price, and things always come back around. You're better off. You're better off doing things the right way. Let's just say that.
I don't believe like karma's eye for an eye kind of thing, but I believe it's going to show you something. It's going to show you a perspective that you didn't see initially. It's going to teach you something. I mean, shit. I'm definitely going to speak for myself. I've seen that bitch fucking straight up.
Yeah.
When you're in it, you're in it. You're like, damn, I really deserve this. I mean, it sucks, but I fucking deserve this.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it also takes you have to be subjective to understand that most of the time, or a lot of the time, you do get what you deserve. You just don't realize you deserved it at the moment sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But when you reflect though about your life, you can see why things play out the way they do.
Exactly.
So like that, yeah, you're the only one that can look in the mirror and be like, you can't lie to yourself when you look in the mirror. You know what you've done. You know why you've done what you've done. And it's like, okay, all right, life, I can see it. Now let's calm the shit down a bit.
Exactly.
Put shit together, I promise.
Exactly. All right. Let's see what we got here. Arnold Classic lineup.
Yeah. Who you guys got winning?
Andrew.
Andrew, 100%.
I really want Nick to win.
That's an emotional decision on my end.
That's what me and Joe talked about.
I want Nick to win so fucking bad. But,
it's a tough one, right? It's a tough one. But if he shines, that he's done it before. So
everybody has to be off for Nick to win. Even Nick at 100%. If Andrew comes at 100% or where he was before at the Olympia, he's not going to beat him.
So my thing with Nick after watching the Olympia, this is just a personal opinion. Like I said, I fucking love Nick. I'd love to see him win. I want to see him win. But even my own physique, sometimes I'm like, fuck, how far can I go? Because you're limited to what you've been given. Like there's only so much muscle you can build, so much condition you can bring. And when somebody just has that prettier fucking flow, it's really hard to beat. And like, no matter what, like, again, you can bring your very best, but if that fucker is just like good enough that day, it's like, fuck, man. Like, there's just some people that are hard to beat,
They do have to be on, You know how people act like the pendulum swings, like, or they're going for shape or they're going for structure. They always go for shape and structure. It's just that most of the time, shape and structure doesn't come in peeled with enough tissue. But okay, like we go back to Dorian. If Sean Ray was 240 pounds shredded, he's gonna beat Dorian. He just wasn't. If Flex Wheeler was peeled at 250, he beats Dorian. It's just that they just weren't big and hard enough. That's the only thing. But the shape and structure, if everything else is enough, is always win. So I think that's where people get misconstrued. They're not going for shape and structure or going for this. They're always going for everything. But who has enough of everything, right? So basically what Joe is saying, when you have guys like Nick has beat Andrew, Nick has beat Samson, but when you have Andrew all of a sudden coming in shape with 10, 15 more pounds of muscle, well, then that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah, man. Like, for example, like there's guys that, just all I did with my own physique at Texas was get, from Tampa to Texas, I placed higher. I beat someone like Quentin because I was conditioned as fuck. Exactly. If I was any less conditioned, Quinn would beat me every day.
Okay, but basically, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, unless like I suffer and get fucking peeled, I'm not gonna win. Like, it doesn't matter how much muscle I have. He's just that pretty looking that he'll beat someone like me every time if I don't have an upper hand on some other part that really stands out.
This is true. I would argue at Cal last year, you were in better shape than Quentin was this year. Still, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, the size, the structure and shape gives you advantages. You just have to bring it still. But if you don't have that, you pretty much have to be perfect. It's like, this is why Nick literally has to be perfect every time he's up on stage, basically, and
he is too, and he normally is.
Exactly. Even an off Nick is off for Nick, but most people's on isn't even as on as Nick's off, Now we got Hadi as well, right? Hadi is kind of in between. He has pretty good shape, but not like beautiful, but he's big and hard as well. Do you think Hadi has it? Well, before the other chance, how likely do you think it is for Hadi to beat Andrew?
If Andrew comes at 100%, or the same way he did with the Olympia,
I think Andrew wins if he's the same or better. Yeah.
I agree.
I just,
what if Hadi was the same as last time?
He still loses. I still think Andrew would. I thought Andrew beat Hadi at the Olympia personally.
I agree.
I'm telling you, I think bodybuilding is going a certain direction to where you're going to see like Andrew winning.
Yeah.
I think
that structure is getting better. That shape and structure, the taller guys are filling in and coming in fucking absolutely insane.
Paul said it. I think Andrew's forcing them to go in that direction because he keeps getting bigger and harder, like Samson. Samson moved up because he was getting, I don't know if he was getting harder, but he was getting bigger.
He was getting bigger. And he's gonna come back heavier too again.
Exactly, yeah. I think they're giving them no choice. If Andrew kept coming in the same from 2 years ago, then he would continue being, 4th, 5th, 6th, something.
5,
yeah. But like, I think they want to go in that direction. I think they always want to go in that direction. They just have to have it in front of them. It has to be there, right? They have to have enough for them to go in a direction. And like you said, even if he comes the same as the Olympia, I think that's going to be enough for them to be like, yeah, he gets nod. I think so,
Well, as long as you don't go off on a tangent and start fucking posing off the line again,
Yeah, don't do that.
But that what's funny about that to me is like that kind of brings back that whole like 90s vibe, because those guys are having fun with that shit when they're up there on a serious ass stage. So I don't know if that should necessarily be knocked. It's like, fuck, that's actually entertaining for the crowd. That brings more, I think, from the audience. I don't know. I kind of like that he does that shit.
Well, how about if it was done right, but he got back on the line the first or second time he was told to, not got yelled at the fourth time.
That's true. That's true.
There's like a balance, so things don't get too far out of hand. It's like you got to keep some control, but I believe in allowing some emotion in sports. If you want to call it sport, I think some emotion is valid. Just keep it enough under wraps.
Watch if I stand next to Jordan again this year somewhere, I'm gonna smack his ass mid pose.
Yeah. I feel like Steve is actually being more lenient, like allowing them to do more. You see, when he let Nick and Derek go at it, he usually wouldn't let them go to that extent. But he knew it. He knew it was like a thing, I'm sure he knows they don't like each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Make it fun. Don't make it more boring, Now,
what about Martin?
That's what I was gonna say. Martin's all-time best that we've seen so far, because we can't predict the future. Martin's all-time best against Nick's all-time best. Whatever you think those are, they both 100%. Who wins that battle?
I think
Nick, yeah.
He's just structurally so much bigger. His conditioning is
remember, it is bodybuilding, bro. Muscle matters. Muscle does fucking matter.
And his conditioning is better.
Yeah. His back shots are better.
Hey, yo, your back shots better?
Back shots is better, man.
They last longer.
You were talking about like I was like, fuck. If there was no context of bodybuilding we were talking about, you're over here talking about which man is bigger and harder and shit, and what looks better. And I'm over here like, damn dog, I'm glad I have my headphones in around this fucking family, you know.
Like for the past couple of years, right? Me dating as a single person. If I'm dating somebody or talking to somebody outside of the sport, they find the Instagram post like over sexualized, and nobody in our industry looks even that. It doesn't even cross our mind. It's not even a thing. Like who the fuck is looking at a posing update like in a sexual way? Not guys, not girls. Nobody. It doesn't even cross our minds. You know what I'm saying? But if you're outside of sport, I guess I could see like all of our pages are like at least half naked, if not fucking fully naked with fucking underwear or posing trucks on. You know, so there's without context, it can get a little creepy.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. Like it's one of those things. Like when I met Ashley's family and shit, like I thought to myself, man, I'm about to show them a picture of me in my fucking posing trunks. It's kind of fucking weird, but because I'm in a competitive sport, it's seen differently, you know.
Yeah. You know. So I was dating this girl, right, and then I'm sitting in front of her family. I think it was too early to be in front of family, but her mom was like, "Hey, he takes steroids." In front of everybody, and I'm like, well, I say, yeah, I take some steroids, and then just kept talking, and that was it. I'm like, I don't think, I don't think you should just throw that out there like that. But
yeah, fucking crazy.
You want to hold on, guys? Look, I got jacks. Let me take off my headphones.
You get some jack section. I get a front door.
It's so dope having that little kid in the house, bro. Like when you walk in from like the gym or I don't know, from doing cardio and you see him, he's there bouncing around, and you start talking to him and his big ass happy smile. Like he just fills the house with joy, bro.
He's mini and mighty. You say, see that?
Hold on, let me.
Taxi.
What's up?
Taxi.
You gotta zoom. What's up?
Uncle Powell.
Taxi.
We like where them sounds coming from. Hey, who does he look like more?
Me,
Joe.
Oh yeah.
So like he has Ashley's eyes 100%. But I
sure,
do look at his hairline. That's daddy all day.
Yeah, the eyes. Yeah, I see the eyes. The eyes. The eyes Ashley.
You got my ears. Got my nose. He's even got my calves.
As babies get old. Huh?
We had this conversation, right? So they got the baby pictures. Ash and Joe got the baby pictures, and then put Jax in the middle of it, so you're able to see who's who. Jax definitely has Joe's big head too, big round.
Yeah, I told you, bro. I remember seeing like when his hair started getting darker. I was like, oh my god, he's got my hairline. Made me emotional. I was like, made me emotional, guy.
Wait, what color is his hair?
It's like dirty blonde.
What color is your hair?
Same thing, dirty blonde. It's because I have more of it. The more it fills in, the darker it's gonna get. But it's kind of light.
Okay.
Right now.
What color is Ash?
She's a brunette. It's like a really dark brown, really dark.
I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, well, she has no color in her hair. It's actually really dark brown.
All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, okay. We were talking about Martin versus Nick. Okay, yeah, if we're gonna go by history, right? Nick beat Martin. Nick beat Martin maybe four. You could go back to North America, maybe 4 or 5 times. Martin beat him once, right? And Nick beat Martin when Nick was off at when was that? New York? Like a year ago or something?
Yeah.
2024.
But that wasn't the Martin of today, though. Let's be real.
No.
Yeah.
But my point is, the one time he beat him, Nick was pretty far off. So I think that would lead to say if they're both on and Nick has beat him 4 or 5 times, and Martin had only beat him when he's off, technically that could lead to believe that Nick would beat him if they're both 100%. It doesn't mean for sure. It depends. I mean, Martin is getting better pretty fast, so it's possible, for sure possible. But I think betting, if I was to put money, no emotion, just money on it, I would put money on Nick. But it's not an easy bet to take still. It's not an easy bet to take. So
especially when he's coaching himself for the first time, you never know if he's gonna hit it 100% or.
That's good point.
Yeah.
Well, but then I could give the counter argument. If he's working with a coach, you still don't know if he's gonna hit it because he didn't hit at the Olympia. So it's one of those things that there's gonna be a learning period. Jansen is gone, or it should even with Jansen, but Jansen is gone, right? It has to be somebody new. So whether it's himself or somebody else, there's a grace period. So it's kind of like, it's almost like no matter who it is, there's going to be that grace period, right? You know, I honestly believe that Nick would probably do the best job with himself just because I know how in tune Nick is with his own body. I think it's just going to be him trusting himself because Nick always makes the best choice or has the best choice in mind. I just think he follows the coach, and sometimes they don't make the best choice. So I actually think he knows his body, and his gut is probably the best for him. I actually believe.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anytime I hear him talk about his own preps and he knows it to a T. So it's almost like if mentally he can coach himself subjectively, as long as he can do that, I think that he's the best option. You know, so that's the top three. I think everybody agrees. Now, fourth place. Who y'all? We have the candidates would be Rafa, Antonio. I would assume for fourth. Oh, shit, Brandon. Yeah, shit, Brandon too.
Yeah.
Who would you guys have etching out the fourth and fifth spot?
Wait a minute. We got Nick, right? You got Nick. You got Martin. You got
Hardy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we're 4, 5.
Oh, so we're 4,
5, 6, 7.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So those will be already 4.
Yeah.
So who would you have 5 and 6 then?
I'm gonna go with Tonio. I still think Tonio is fucking. I don't know.
You think Tonio will beat Brandon Curry?
I think so too.
I think so. I think he can. Okay, you know what? For me, it's an emotional thing. I've been following Tonio for a long time. I like his physique. I just like him as a person too. If I was a betting man, I'd probably put Curry there, but emotionally, I want Tonio.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Unfortunately, there's this thing that happens when you see somebody for a long time, you go numb to them, and I feel that way about like Brandon and William. But if we didn't know Brandon and he just popped up the way he looked at the Olympia,
he looked great at the Olympia. That's probably one of his best looks.
Yeah. Imagine we never knew him and we just saw him at the Olympia for the first time.
We'd be like that. Who's that?
We'd be like, yo, look at that guy's waist. Look at his fucking arm. Look at his X-front.
His legs even came back.
Bro, I would argue his legs has never been this good. I think this is the best his legs look, you know? Yeah. I mean,
can you imagine fucking saying that about Brandon Curry won the fucking 2019 Olympia
6 years ago,
and now this many years later you're saying, oh, this is his best look ever, and he's like fucking what, 8th?
Yeah, that's the competition for you.
That's just quality. How crazy the competition has gotten.
Yeah.
I would promise you took 2025 Brandon Curry, put him against 2019 winning Brandon Curry, 2025 wins.
Smokes him.
Bigger, harder, better legs. I mean, his back is more detailed. He was smaller and softer than he is now in 2019. Yeah. You know, I would say the Arnold 2019, he was just as hard, maybe slightly better shape, but still not as muscular. You know, that would be more competitive. But honestly, I think 2025 still wins. I got to be honest with you. You know, which is crazy. And he was an 8th, right? 8th or 7th?
Yeah.
He was 8th.
Crazy. The league has come so far, you know.
I was telling Joe about this. We went to nationals, right? And obviously the pro league, everybody's getting better. It's getting harder to win shows because everyone's showing up in shape and showing up much more conditioned and much more bigger than they have been in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And watching the nationals, the bodybuilding show, part of it, everybody there from fucking like 1 to 10, bro, they were all bringing it like 100%, like on fucking point. They all look good. Opposed to like a couple years prior, it was only like maybe 1 through 5. You know what I mean? Especially super heavies. Super heavies, 2 or 3 were bringing them, and the rest were just they weren't conditioned because they were too big. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't bring the conditioning down. Now they're fucking all on point. NPC seems to be following the pro league now as far as conditioning and quality goes, as far as the competition goes as well. It's a trip.
Yeah, I would argue you go back what in 2025? You go back 4 years, 4 to 5 years. The supers, shit, maybe. Sometimes the winner wasn't even shredded, let alone the top 5. You know, so yeah, the competition is deep, man. And then I'm seeing guys that I feel like would have won their division convincingly maybe some years back. You know, that is yeah. I think it needs to be acknowledged that bodybuilding is doing really well.
That's what I was about to say. Bodybuilding is not fucking dying, bro. I don't know who keeps saying that, and bodybuilding is hurting. It's not, bro. It's fucking getting better and better year after year.
Yeah, and then popularity isn't what decides how good a class is. I think like people expect to know the names. Like you should know the names of the top 5 in every class. Not necessarily. As long as they have the physiques, they don't got to be popular. It's not it's not a popularity contest. So maybe we don't know all the guys, but just look at the pictures. They look phenomenal. They look phenomenal, you know. So yes, are there a lot of pro cards? Yes, but the competition seems to be matching. Everybody's not going to be a top pro. That's not how life works. Life shit happens. There's a lot of reasons why some people don't compete or don't go, but I don't think that's the issue of the talent at this point. It's not everybody's card. Some people don't care to compete further. Some people, life happens or choose a different path. It could be health. That's fine. As long as the competition is there, I think good to go. All right.
But today, what the fuck is Jack drinking? Dialed?
No, I didn't have any. This is from the gym. It's a 3D.
He's pounding that motherfucker.
We went to Torture. Josh and Big Edison. Yeah, it was a good leg day there. They have really good. They have this hip press. You would really like the hip press. It's tiny, but like it hits really good.
You ready for it a bitch?
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
It's tiny, but it hits really good.
Tiny but mighty. That's what his thing says. Right?
Story of his life.
Hey, we're going back to what talking about the competition. I've been seeing the last few pro qualifiers. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I would have been able to get my pro card this year, like back then with my physique.
Stop it, man. Yes, you would.
No, I would have been eventually got it, but not with that physique.
Okay. I was just saying
the 23 physique that I had. I don't know if I would have gotten my pro card in this lineup that I just saw. Shit.
Yeah. If you have the goods and you're able to apply yourself, because like I said, life happens. It's a matter of time. As long as you keep showing up, applying yourself, you have the goods. You're gonna eventually be there. It's just I think the hard part is having the goods and being in a position to continue to apply yourself, stay focused. Just because things be happening.
It's crazy. Like I tell these younger cats all the time. Like I hate when people say road to pro. Road to pro car. Like. I always tell them, bro, fuck the pro card. Like, continue working on your body and build an undeniable pro physique, and that card's gonna come with it every fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just agreeing with what you're saying. Like, you build that pro physique, and that card will come no matter what.
To be honest, it's pretty annoying because I feel like unless you've been there on a consistent basis, you don't even have the perspective. You don't even know what that means. You don't even know what road to pro means. You know,
especially the guys that have competed twice. You know what I mean, or one time or two times, and right away, yeah, all my pro comp going to nationals next week. Motherfucker, good luck.
I kind of feel like is kind of disrespectful. I feel like you're making it seem like it's not a feat. And if you don't respect it enough, I don't believe you're gonna do what it takes to get there. Right now, some people have insane genetics that I know for a fact they can turn pro, but I still don't want to hear that. I still don't want to hear it because it's not a fact. Genetics itself won't do it. I don't care how crazy it is. There has to be more there. And if you keep believing that, I don't think it's a good way to look at things. That's something that happens. It's not you don't choose it. Like, are you gonna go pro? What the fuck does that mean? Like, you just pick it out. Like, you just bring it, right? You bring what you have to bring. You know, but that's a phrase that needs to be.
I can't remember who told me this, but there was someone that said, like, Joe, you need to give yourself more credit because it's one thing to look good year round, but to be perfect that day that you're supposed to be perfect.
That's the hard part.
That's really fucking hard. And that's what separates a pro from the rest. Like, you were perfect that day. Not everybody can perform their best the day of the show.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Shit.
So it's like
when Gold's Venice was like, it wasn't at its heyday, but it was a lot more pros there. I would argue you walk in Gold's Venice and you look around, you would not think Sean Roden and Dexter Jackson were the Olympians. There were people in there off season look way better than both of them. Like, blow them out the water. Bigger, harder, leaner, everything. Guess what? On stage, it wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be a match. Including the amateurs. Like, a lot of the amateurs there look better than those guys in the off season. Fucking, what's the guy's name? The Italian? The Morgan Aste. Remember Morgan Aste?
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, he was huge.
Imagine seeing him in the gym in a tank top next to Sean Roden and Dexter Jackson. It doesn't even like a competition. You would be like, yeah, he smokes those guys. Yeah. No, it's not even close. But that's the thing. What Joe said. Who looks better? If you see them both stripped down on show day, it would be the opposite direction. But walking around, he looks, all the show muscles are there. The arms, the shoulders, shredded, veins everywhere. He's like 6'5", like 350. You know, but it's. Even Rolly, I would argue, you see even Rolly backstage, you would think he would beat all of them, you know, but it's to land a plane perfectly that day, I think is more important than everything else, right? You know, even Phil and Kai, you see them off season, you'd be like, Kai looks so much more impressive than Phil off season, but you know, we saw it with Sebum. We were seeing him and Urs posing. Urs got shredded glue. Sebum looks like he's behind. He lost muscle. Come stage, it was a whole different ball game.
Right.
So, you guys want to do a couple questions before we sign off?
Yeah. Sure.
You
guys still hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you good.
Okay.
Haven't had questions in a while. Okay. Hey, look at this dog. That's a crazy looking dog, no?
Damn, bro. He looks animated.
Yeah, fucking look at that chest.
That's crazy, bro.
So white, like Jones on some white clavicles, bro.
Yeah. You know these dog shows are bodybuilding shows, literally. If you go to the bully shows, it's crazy. I'm like, oh, this is y'all speaking my language, you know.
Like, I don't know much about how dog breeding and shit works, but like, do they they're just like born with muscle, or do you have to actually like work them?
Both. It's like bodybuilding. You got to have the genetics, but then you got to put some work. If you want them to reach their potential, you got to put work. But
so you do have them like drag plates and shit. Do you give them like testosterone and shit?
No, bro. Wait, now some people do. I think some of these.
That's what I'm saying. These guys are like fucking huge. Like,
I think the motherfuckers that fight their dogs probably give them tests to up their aggression.
Yeah.
But no, bro, just like a sprinter. You see, sprinter has big ass legs. So you throw bones and let these fucking dogs sprint. It builds up their hind legs, builds up their.
I've seen like dogs pull like a plate sled before.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
They're the bad. To be honest, if the dog has the genetics, all he has to do is run, sprint, like fetch or like pulling the rope. For me, I'll put Juice on I'll put a Ray vest on Juice, just because his parents are buff, but he's outdoing them just because the work I'm giving him and the food and the raw food and stuff. But it's a little bit of both. You can get your dog pretty jacked if you want to. It's a balance. You want them to function and not have bad feet, right? So just like bodybuilding, you put on too much muscle and they lose some of their aesthetics, they get marked down. So
not only that, longevity wise too, right? Like you overwork your dog now, bro. 5 years down the line, your dog's gonna be a 15-year-old dog, at 5 years old.
Yeah, Now some of the genetics are insane. Like the puppy I just got, first of all, she's not gonna even have testosterone. She's a girl, but she's buff already. Or she hasn't, So it's like you can imagine he hits puberty. That's gonna be all. I don't work the girls though. The girls, I kind of let the girls just
throw shit.
Exactly. Because they're gonna throw the genetics regardless of how they look, right? The boys, people pay stud fees. You're not gonna pay stud fees for a girl. So the boys, I want them to look crazy, so people can be like, "Yo, I want to pay a stud fee," But it's genetics mostly.
I always thought it was crazy how sprinters get all jacked.
Yeah. Yo, Juice's back legs are insane. His rear is. It doesn't even make sense for a dog that tall, but he loves to run. He just always wants to run. So,
I remember, speaking about running, right? You guys remember Carly, right? You remember Carly, lady?
Carly?
Carly. The white girl that did physique.
Oh, yeah.
So one day I hit her up, bro. I was like, hey, let me ask you a question. Like, how did you build the ass? How did you build those legs? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And one of the things she mentioned was sprinting. She was after my workout, so I'll go out there and I'll do about 20 minutes of sprinting back and forth. On like a religious thing that I do. Fuck, dog, but how does that feel on your knees, especially after leg day,
Yeah,
bro, I would tear some shit right away.
Yeah, definitely.
I would jump.
Sebum tore his hamstring. No, I saw a video.
Right on the beach, right?
Yeah, he was doing. It was sprints, but like he was going at like probably 70%. But still, bro, he's it's still
crazy.
Okay.
Mama's home. Grandma's here.
Okay.
Look, Jackson. Grandma's here.
That's Joe's way of saying, "Hey, come get the kid."
Yeah.
No, Jax loves his grandma.
Yeah.
If money was no option, what would you be doing with your free time?
Traveling,
working out
in fucking Dubai. Let's go, Zayd. Don't feed the cats, though.
Yeah,
that's a lot of options, man.
No, honestly, like I think my dream is like when I retire, quote unquote, from whatever, to go travel the U.S. or anywhere, not just the U.S. Like Paul said, hit up gyms and go eat some good fucking food. That's honestly like a dream for me to do that.
That's why I'm hoping Joe does the Japan Pro, dog, so we can go train over there and go eat some good food.
Yeah.
Like, what's the first thing on the list? There's so much possibilities. I wouldn't know where to start.
Bora Bora.
Yeah,
that place is great.
Okay, so boom, the $1 billion hits your bank account. Boom, you see it on your phone. Okay, thank you. What's next?
Pay my house off first of all, then go to Tahiti.
Get some GH first.
I'm gonna go make my own fucking GH. No, come on.
Hey, bro, I made a statement. I don't know if you guys watched Niall's podcast, speaking of GH.
Mm-hmm.
I made a statement about test and growth hormone, right? And how those are the only two things that have kind of gone up as my careers come along. Mm-hmm. And how I said it, I'm like, I don't want people to think it's the be all end all, but I believe growth hormone has helped me substantially. Mm-hmm. And, people just take that. It's like, you'll hit me up. So when did you start doing 10 IUs, Joe? This isn't that. Like, that's the fucking, I knew that was going to happen. Like, what the fuck?
You know what? Watching that, I couldn't even believe you started giving dosages because that was one thing you never did. You never talked about dosages.
Well, it got to a point where it didn't matter what I say, so I said, "Fuck it, they're gonna either believe me or not." But I had a chance to talk about the whole where I started to where I got to. I didn't just say from the jump, "This is what I take."
The whole transition.
Right? Yes, this is how I started, and over time, this is how I got to this point. And so now I saw it as an opportunity to actually educate some people.
Yeah.
But the people that ask that though, like they're gonna do it regardless. Like, okay, you say, when did you start doing 10 IUs? Oh, I worked my way up. It took me 3 years. I feel like they're gonna do it in like 3 months. So
yeah, I said a 4-year span, like it started here and over time, like it was only gradual because it was necessary at a certain point.
Yeah.
And it's just like even Ian joked about it. He's like 10 for now. I was like, wait a minute. So how much have you fucking taken?
you know, like it's almost like when you try to talk people down, they want to do more. Sometimes you have to like reverse psychology, and you gotta be like, yeah, just you want to do 10 IUs, do 10 IUs. And they're kind of wait, no, I don't know. If you be like start with 2, they start with 4, right, or 6, right? It's almost like when you try, like you said, if you weren't talking about it before, people would assume like the worst. Like you're not talking about it because it must be crazy. But if you talk about it, the people, I think a lot of people would believe you. But then some people who don't believe you, they want to believe whatever they want to do anyways. So those people is fine because they're still going to do it regardless if you said it or not. So I don't think anybody actually negatively affects anybody, right? We go to the Boston Lloyd. I think the people who copied wanted to do it anyways, right? So I don't think he made anybody that was doing 300 milligrams go to 3 grams, right? And so it's like, I think us talking about it, I don't think it changes anything. I think people do it exactly what they wanted to do anyways. Like if you wanted to do a ton, you got to do it. You know?
Those are the people that think more is better and more is going to get you there quicker. Let's not talk about the food and the recovery it takes to get there. You know what I mean? But if I put myself 3,000 milligrams of test, I'm going to blow up in 3 months. No, bro, you're not. You know,
like when I very first started, this is when I fucking met Paul, and Paul told me his dosages, and I didn't ever question mine. I knew common sense to me was, well, he's clearly been doing it longer than me. He's probably built up to this point. That makes no sense for me to run when he's running.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Like to give myself no ceiling to build off of. It's like, we talk about how I was brought into this saying like gear is just something just like the food and the training. Everything grows over time. Your training's got to get better. The food's going to increase. Your recovery's got to get better. Everything's got to increase in some form.
And they all go hand in hand, not one more than the other.
Yeah.
You can't.
And gear's usually the last one. So, okay, the food's been fucking high. Your training's been on point. Everything's good. Now it's time to do this, and not by much, but just enough, and just that adds up over time. Sure.
You can't pick and choose what to pull from, right? I just want to follow his GH protocol. That's it. Nothing else, right? It's like, hey, why do you do T-bar rolls with that form? Oh, because Ronnie did it. Oh, do you eat 600 grams of protein? No. Why? Ronnie.
Yeah, why do you pick that? That's the only thing.
Why did you specifically just pick the T-bar roll? Right? Why didn't you pick everything else? So it's like you can't selectively just pick. Okay, let me just take a 10 IUs here. Let me take a. Oh, what about the diet? Oh, my diet is pretty clean.
That's so true.
What the fuck does that mean? Pretty clean. What's your diet? Chicken.
Three times a day.
That drives me crazy. Amounts, ounces, grams, kilos. What do you got? Chicken, some chicken rice. Sometimes, burger.
But when they say, I eat 3 times a day and I have a couple of snacks. What's your snacks? Oh, like a fucking apple and some peanut butter. What?
The crazy. Imagine you're like, 160, right? I eat a lot. I eat so much food.
These guys.
Right, no, you don't. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? A lot, just so much. Show me, like, Give me an example. You know, just I'll wake up and the bacon and then eggs and that. Yeah, it's just that's not a lot.
Remember Rich Piano used to say that. He's like, hey, I want to get big. How do I get big like you? He's like, eat more. He's like, oh, but I already eat a lot. He's like, well, eat more.
Yeah.
Eat more.
And the truth is that even if it is a lot subjectively, it's not enough.
So, yeah.
I want you to be gagging at every fucking bite. Now you're eating a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. When you look at something that's normally delicious, you're like, fuck, man, I really got to eat this shit. You're eating enough.
It's only enough if you're getting bigger. That's the only time it's enough. If you're not getting bigger, it's not enough.
That's funny.
Did we answer the question? We answered the question, right? I forgot.
I didn't know what the question was.
Oh, damn. If I can find it. It was about the money thing. I think we kind of answered.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Zayd, what do you do with the money?
Me?
If money was enough.
Dang.
Zayd is not material at all.
I thought he was going to get GH.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing for sure.
Open up a GH plant.
GH plants.
Marijuana plants.
Where you can grow GH. Little vials.
Synthesized GH.
Okay.
Honestly, I would help out stray animals. I have a passion for stray animals, and I would definitely do something for them. You know?
You just made this conversation wholesome, Zayd.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that's dope, though. That is dope.
Yeah.
Okay. What job could you see yourself working if you weren't a bodybuilder? You know, I wanted to be a
professional video game player.
Yeah, you like video games like that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah.
You guys know what?
Dude, playing something you like for more than 3 hours, it will get boring. So I don't know if I can make that for a fucking career. You know, that's the closest thing. You know.
You guys know what a bail bondsman is?
Yeah.
Bail bondsman always looked cool, just because you get to like kick people's door down and stuff. But I don't think at one point I found that fun. I don't think I'll find that very fun anymore. You know, I thought I was going to be in the NFL. But honestly, I got a lot more perspective on professional athletes. It's like we only think about the 1%. We don't think about the 99% of pro athletes that have like a 2-year career and that's it. We don't think about that. We only see the MVPs and shit. We don't even notice that there's another 99% of, or let's say 90% of athletes that's just not the case. That's not the case for.
I think I would have been like a crime scene investigator.
I like that. The forensics, right?
Yeah. I think that'd be pretty fucking cool.
No, this is double homicide right here. I know what this is.
There's been a murder in here.
Oh, it's gonna be over there. Apartment 101. Yep, I know. Just go.
I just feel like it'd be super dope to go to a crime scene and kind of try to piece things together to figure out what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Hey, John, don't touch that, John. Hey, back up. Everybody back up. I got this. So Palacio said, everybody back up. You know that I like watching those kind of shows, like the Forensic Files and stuff.
That's why it looks fucking cool as hell.
It looks cool. You got your coffee. Somebody give me a latte, caramel latte with some pumpkin spice.
I just want to wear a big ass trench coat and a hat.
Yeah, take your time with it. That'd be cool. Cool. What you got, Paul? What you thinking?
I probably, if I didn't get into legal issues when I was a kid, or younger, I should say, I probably would have been a cop. I wanted to be a cop.
Yeah, that could. You know, it looks a lot cooler. I feel like until you get older, and you're like, that's a lot of work, a lot of paperwork and shit. You know, cops also don't get a lot of like love and respect.
But at 19 years old, you're not thinking about that, bro. You're
No,
thinking
you
about
don't.
running out the streets and doing some cool shit. You know what I mean?
I did too. Yeah, there was a point where I wanted to be a cop as well, like a detective, cop, something like that. Firefighter. At one point, I thought about being a firefighter, but that doesn't seem super fun. Well,
No.
David is a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
Does it seem is he having fun?
Fuck. He loves his coworkers, and it's all like brotherhood and whatever, which is awesome. But man, these guys don't sleep. You know, it's
Not only
tough.
that, bro. The depression inside of from what I've heard, the depression that these guys go through, the PTSD from seeing so much horrible shit on the streets, like they take that home with them, and they become different people over the years
For
because of
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a certain way that my cop friends and firefighter friends conduct themselves. It's like with a professionalism that I feel like they have to. If not, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I feel like they have to put that on in order to be normal. If that makes sense. Like they're
Yeah.
really like, hey, how you doing? Very proper. And I feel like they almost have to do that because if not, it could probably be like a very like depressing, maybe like lower energy version of them, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I remember, so when I wanted to be at that age, I had other friends that became cops at that age as well. So it was like a bunch of us wanted to do the same thing, type thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember, like, 4, 5, 6 years down the line, running into the same guys that I used to hang out with when we were younger.
Yeah.
And the same happy-go-lucky, bullshitting, smiling people the guys that I knew were a lot more serious, a lot more like straight faced, like
Yeah.
like the humor was still there, bro, but it was a smidge what it used to be, like it was just they were just different people.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think you become so desensitized by society because of all the shit you see.
Absolutely.
People you put up with, like, bro, like I have a friend who's a firefighter, and he's like, he's seen people jump from a fucking balcony or a building and their heads splattered all over the floor, just like it's nothing now. It's like
I could deal with that.
Fucking wild, bro. Like, just talks about it like it's nothing because it is to them at a certain point.
If I meet somebody in law enforcement, within 5 minutes of meeting them, I know they're in law enforcement. They don't have to say it. I know right away. We had a bodybuilder on this podcast who's never mentioned it, but I know he's law enforcement. I think I asked him what he do for a living, and he didn't want to comment on it. But I already knew. I was just asking, but I can tell already by everything, your demeanor, how you shake my hand, the whole nine, the way you conduct yourself.
Well, we know one too that I know from Texas, and that motherfucker's cool as shit for being a cop.
Yeah, bro.
So I think maybe it depends on where you're at too, and how much shit you actually see. Maybe how deep it goes. I don't know.
Okay,
that's cool as fuck.
That's the one person that I didn't pick it up. I didn't know, and I mean he talks he shows it openly. Yeah, but honestly, if he didn't show it, I wouldn't have been able.
You would never know. Yeah,
I wouldn't use, like I said. Usually, I know right away. Dude shook my hand like this. I never had a cop go like this. Yeah. So I couldn't tell, but he's probably the most laid back. Not that cops aren't cool and laid back, but just he seems unfazed. He just seems like a regular guy.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Super cool guy. I gotta have him on the podcast as well.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Even the fact that he's so open about it on social media, that's not common. Most cops don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know why. I think they get a hard time. Maybe here, maybe not where he lives, but I feel like they get a hard time maybe here where we live, possibly.
I think he. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I've seen where he takes his car home and shit too. So I'm sure the people around his neighborhood know who he is. Obviously,
Damn. I don't think I could do that.
Not here, not LA, dog. They're gunning for you.
to be honest, yeah, I would probably keep it private. I probably would keep it. I think that's why a lot of people do keep it private. It's just, I don't know. People are weird. People are weird. I don't know.
Safety reasons.
Yeah, for safety reasons. But he must be well protected wherever he lives. He must,
Texas, bro. You know he is.
Yeah. You probably has an arsenal. I probably wouldn't fuck with him. All right, it's 2. Somebody got to leave at 2. So
Yeah, it's waiting for Ashley to tell me she's ready. But
I bet let's I guess let's
So
wrap it up.
we got about 15 minutes, bro. Come on, let's be
50
real.
minutes? Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I still got time. Dragon's Lair isn't far from here, so
perfect.
You had a training today?
No, but that's where the guy is at.
Or the massage.
Massage guy.
guy.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to do one more question. Bodybuilding or non-bodybuilding?
Surprise us.
I'm a surprise though. Okay.
Almost ready, Mama?
Pick a good one.
Make it good.
I might
201.
I'm gonna choose a deep one.
But I was gonna wear that shirt.
Biggest life
lesson.
Oh,
sorry.
Very good. Biggest life lesson you have learned.
Oh,
might be too deep for my brain right now.
shit.
I guess appreciate living in the now because tomorrow could be gone.
Good one.
Man, I feel like I've learned so many lessons, man. I feel like I learn a lesson every day. Shit.
I think for me it's like we talked about this earlier. Be authentic and be genuine, and don't give a fuck what anybody says or thinks about you. Because I mean, these people, if they get into your head, bro, it ends up turning you to be somebody you're not because you're subconsciously thinking about other people and what they care about you. So you forget to be you.
Yeah. I also think the more shit I learn, the more I learn that I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Life's about learning. I mean, if you ain't learning, you ain't living.
Yeah. At like 27, I thought I had life figured out. I don't know why a 21, 27-year-old would think that. I thought I had everything figured out. I got this is it. I got the number. But say no more. And then since then I'm like, damn, I don't know shit. Really. You'd be learning something every fucking day. Every fucking day, How about you, Zay?
Man, mine is going to be a little negative than you guys.
Damn, well, it is what it is. It's the truth.
If I'm being honest, I learned just because you are a family with someone doesn't mean they care for you.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That like truly care for you, and you should also treat them the same way as you would somebody else. Just because you have blood between them doesn't mean you have obligation. Just in my opinion. And I feel also the biggest lesson I learned, always anybody could jump ship on you and kind of like cut ties with you. Anyone. That includes parents, partners, friends, ex-partners or whatever. Yeah, so always expect that people at 1% might change on you. Nothing is forever, that's for sure.
Besides Joe and Paul's forever.
Say like you saying that. I agree.
So always expect the worst, and you will never be disappointed.
Damn.
So,
as long as
don't expect anything.
As long as you're not letting an expectation like judge or cloud your decisions with the person. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like you have those kind of thoughts in the back of your head. Like you may not truly, fully let yourself go in a relationship with this person or friend or whatever because of the thought of that may happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, remember, if you do something expecting something to be done back for you, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So, say you give somebody a gift, never expect a gift back. Do it because you want to give that gift, and that's it.
I will say this. I know how Zayd feels. But you know what happens? I think you get let down so many times, you get numb to it, and you no longer even feel the way he feels. Like you're gonna get let down even more times, Zayd. And eventually, I think you're gonna just be like, you don't even think about it anymore. But it doesn't change who you are. You still, maybe to some extent, but you're not carrying it. You don't carry it like this person might turn their back on me. You don't carry it. But maybe you're a little more careful, possibly.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Yeah, you're not aware of it, but when it does happen, you'll be like, "Oh man, you."
Yeah.
And then,
it sucks when that's the realization, but
Cause I
it's
feel
like
like
the whole concept of never give money that you don't expect to lose.
Yeah.
exactly.
true.
Cause I don't feel like I don't feel like I don't trust people, but I've been given a lot of reason not to trust people. Maybe I trust people less. I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's dependent like what you want to give a person is
Yeah.
different. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna spread yourself a lot less than you used to, more than likely.
But
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for example, like I don't have super close talks to every single person like I used to. There's
yeah,
very select few people I share myself with, and that's still with the knowing that this person could fucking backstab me. You never know. So
yeah. I think the expectation. I think Zayd said don't. I think he said expect the worst. I think I would say expect nothing, not the worst or the best. Just don't expect anything at all from anybody ever. And if you get it, wow, that's awesome. But if you don't expect it at all, now when you don't get anything, you don't feel anything. I don't know if that makes sense.
yeah,
I think it's the expectations that this person is my friend. They're gonna have my best interest. That's what lets you down, you know. And it's not I guess that's not an unreasonable thing to think. But not everybody is. We talk about the tiers of friendship. If you're not in that first tier, then I don't think you should have any expectations. I think it's reasonable to have some expectations from your first tier friends, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But anybody outside of that, I don't know, you know. So just yeah, make sure you don't like Joe said, make sure you don't extend yourself further than you're comfortable being hurt. I don't know what the word I'm in. Don't extend
yeah.
yourself to a level that if if it's not reciprocated, you would be hurt by it.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. But Zayd is right. As far as blood, I don't mean this in a bad way, but blood doesn't mean anything if everything else doesn't mean anything. Somebody who you have no blood with can look out way more for you than your own blood by far.
Oh yeah.
You know, so blood itself, that shouldn't be the end all be all. You know, if a woman raises you who's not your mom, and then your mom is a deadbeat, well, it doesn't matter. That your mom should be the one who raised you, the one that took you. So I look at it. I talked about it with Devon, the one that won the nationals. He like he lost his family in a few different ways. Like some of his family passed away, and then some like I guess I don't know turned their back on him, and then he built a new family of people he's not related to. And when you find that, I think that's more important than the actual blood. You know,
Yeah.
in a perfect world, we have both, but that's not everybody's story.
You know what's dope about that is there's two types of people in the world. This is something Joe and I talk about, right? Like, for instance, Devon, right? Obviously, he could have used that as a crutch and been like, "Oh, poor me." You know, maybe he went a different way in his life and it wasn't so positive, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Made the wrong choices. Or you could be the other person, or well, fuck that. You know what? I'll find somebody else and I'll do better by this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so it's cool to hear when people go on the positive aspect of a bad situation, you know. Like it just shows their character, who they really are.
Yeah.
It's very easy to go the opposite direction too.
Yeah,
So
it really is.
It's
that's a
like
good
if you
one.
have two choices, right? That or the other. So why not choose the one that's gonna shed more light on your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
why choose the other? Why just feel miserable
This
and
is
just
so
drown
much
in that shit?
easier. So much easier to do feel sad and pity for yourself than it is to be in pain, but try to breathe something out of it, like success, which is
Yeah,
the hard way. The
That's
hard way.
work. It takes work.
But at
yeah,
Oh
least
yeah.
you have success at the other end of the positive side.
Yeah.
Negative one, you just start seeing life and become miserable, and you see that happen with people.
shit. I feel like at this point in my life, I feel like happiness is a choice and a state of mind.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
is 100%.
I don't even know if it's still like a real emotion. I think like You can have everything you possibly want and be upset because the fucking Pizza Hut closed early, and you can literally be just upset. What was me? Oh, it sounds stupid. You're a millionaire and Pizza Hut closed early, and you're sitting there mad as fuck. And there's a fucking guy on the street, right, that lives in a shelter, and he's happy as hell. Like, he's having a good day. Think about how crazy that is. You know, the first time I went to Ghana, I went all over. I didn't know what to expect. I don't know. I've never been there. They have cities that look like Times Square. They have huts. They have everything in between. And I swear to you, the lower in the totem pole you go, they look happier. I'm like, why the fuck are you so happy? You don't got no shoes on. What are you happy for? They're happy because they choosing to be happy. Whereas sometimes, well, how high are your expectations if you live in a hut? Not that high. So because that lack of I hope that don't sound rude, but that lack of expectation, you're happy because you have everything you need. You have warmth, you have food, you have family. These motherfuckers have all that plus all this money, and they're mad because they don't have the Lambo truck that the other person has.
Remember, success, the definition of success is how you view it.
Yeah.
What is your version of successful?
Yeah.
Like, I don't own a home and stuff, I don't make millions of dollars, but I'm successful in my eyes. I have a family that I love. Look, I'm fucking Vegas, able to celebrate under a roof. I have my baby and stuff. Like, this is successful to me. I've made it.
Yeah.
I don't have my own home, but I have a room where I see where I'm with my best friend.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, your version is, I have everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy because that's what I look at now. I'm at a point where I'm going through Instagram and I see people with families and all of this, and that's what I look at, like, oh wow, that looks cool. I want that. Whereas there was a time where I was looking at the cars and the money and stuff like that. Obviously, you need money, but that's not what I'm saying. But I look at that, and it makes me want that more so than wanting material things. Money is a trip, man. When people say money is the root of all evil, I don't think that's always true, but I get what they're saying. It throws off your perspective. It can really fuck with you. It's a weird concept. You don't have it, that's all you think about. You have it, and then I don't know, man. It's a strange thing. It's a strange thing.
I think it's a situational thing as far as that saying goes. Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
And then as far as like the part of being happy, right? Like, if you choose to see the negative and the bad, the fucking Pizza Hut being closed, if you choose to see that as a negative, I mean, when you choose a negative lifestyle, everything that comes at you is negative, right?
Yeah.
If you choose to be positive in life, oh fuck Pizza Hut, oh yeah, oh McDonald's, or McDonald's is open, I'll get a McFlurry too. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, if you see the positives in life, everything that yields around you is positive. That's the difference between the mind frames.
I've noticed a direct correlation. Anytime I have enough money that my bills are paid, I can eat, I can go out on a date, I feel happy. Anytime I have more money than that for some reason, I swear to you, I always get more stress. Every single time it sounds stupid. Like, more money comes in. Okay, there's this money. My stress level go up every single time. I don't know why. Now I'm trying to manage money or okay, what should I do next? I'm going to start this business. My stress amplifies every single time. And I know I need more money to live the life I want to live and have a family. But it's a weird thing that every time I make more money or I get more money, I'm so much more stressed.
I found at a point in my life, I started making more money. Not now, this is years ago. I'll get promoted at work, and I automatically just wanted to take on more things, which just added this. And there was things I didn't really need, like a better car or like just buying better clothes or something. Like, all these things that weren't necessary before. That now, like, it's like I made no extra money. I just took on all these responsibilities, and if I ever lose that money, how the fuck am I going to pay for all this stuff that I just fucking took on?
Joe explained it better to me, and that's literally what I was trying to say. Anytime more comes in, I just take on another responsibility, and then it adds more stress. Make more, I take on a new responsibility. that technically you didn't need it. Maybe once you saw the money, all of a sudden you needed it. But before that, you didn't even think about it. Once you had it, now you created more and more responsibilities and stress somehow, and it never ends. You get more money, you just take on, and it continues to happen. I guess maybe it can happen in a positive way too, but that's just not how it's been for me. It's literally what you said.
It's nice to have nice things, but is it really worth the stress that comes with it? Because I mean, like I said, I mentioned what I have right now, and I live very comfortable. I'm not hurting, and I'm like, I could do so many other things without that worry about can I do these things because I have to just pay for it, or this car payment's this high and shit. Like, no, I don't have to do that.
Exactly. Or if I make money and then I lose it for whatever reason, a bad investment, bad business move, it hurts so much more than not getting it in the first place. Like if the money never came, I'm happy. But I make this money and then I invested in this and then lose that money. I'm so fucking upset for so long. Like that was all that money. What the fuck? And I'm so mad. I'm like, but when I didn't have the money at all, when I didn't even have that money, I was happy. So how did I get it and then lose it in an investment? And then now I'm so fucking pissed. But if I was able to invest it, I didn't need it. I didn't need that money that bad if I was able to spend it anyways. But it just seems to just stress me out. Like before I got on the podcast, I told you that I made a transfer. I thought I lost the money and I'm so pissed. Oh my God, I'm stressed. I'm like, I don't even know if I can do a podcast. I gotta know where this money. And it went to my other account and I'm fine. But it's like if I would have lost that money, I would have dragged it on for weeks. But it's like I'm fine without them. I'll be fine without it, So I don't know. I don't know what the moral of the story is. You need enough money to do the things that truly make you happy. Nothing more. Any more than that, I think it can start to go the opposite direction. It can start to go opposite. So
amen to that, man.
They're the moral of the story. So be envious of broke people, not rich people. Stay broke.
There's a fine line you have to walk with that one.
Yeah, shit. I've been happy as hell. I remember, there's times I've been happy as hell with very little in my bank account, but just have peace of mind and the right people around me, and I was chilling.
I'm telling you, bro. I talked to Paul. There was a day we were driving to the gym, and I was like, man, Paul. The other day I was laying in bed, a little queen size bed in our little room, and I was watching a movie with it was me, Ash in my arm, and then Jack's in front of her, just watching the movie. And I was like, man, I really have everything. I'm working my dream job. I'm able to provide for them. They have everything they need. If they need more, I can still give it, and they're happy. And I'm like, and my best friend's literally 2 steps away over there. Like, it's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, man, we live a pretty cool fucking life, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful thing.
Bro, I'm gone for 2 weeks on the road with my wife's family. She does taxes, and I can be gone that long. I'm still able to do what I do. It sucks I'm away from Paul, but he's a phone call away. Just for it's temporary. And I'm traveling all these gyms. I know people out here. I can go to any gym practically for free to a point. So it's just like it's pretty fucking dope.
That's something that you have to take the time to sit there and be grateful for.
Absolutely, bro.
That can go over your head. Like who y'all are can go over your head because you don't sit and look at yourself for where you're at. But 6 years ago, you weren't in this position. You didn't just know everybody in Vegas. Are you about to head out?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. 6 years ago, you were in this position where you can go to Vegas and go train at any gym, and you knew all these people, and you didn't have these lines, and now you do. So that's something to be. People want to hear what y'all have to say. That's something to be also grateful for. That we don't stop to think about. You're at the gym, people want to talk to you. Sometimes it can slow you down, or damn, I gotta get out. But sometimes you take the time and be like, you know what? I'm gonna stand here and talk to people because I got to be grateful for the opportunity to even have the impact.
And Joe says this all the time when we're doing our videos. Like, tell us the people that are watching it, bro. If you see us in the gym, come say what's up. Don't be shy. Like, don't be. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk to you. We'll give you the time of day. Don't come up to us in the middle of a fucking set, though. You know what I mean? But like,
you understand?
You want a 5-minute conversation with us walking in? Cool. You want a 5-minute conversation walking out? Cool. You know what I mean? Like, come up to us. You know, we're not gonna fucking be assholes either. You know?
Yeah.
And it's cool to be able to do that because, like you said, 6 years ago, I would have never said it to somebody. Like, I would have never thought to have that conversation, you know?
Yeah. Just fellas, keep it under 5 minutes though for the conversations if we come up to.
Yeah. With a stopwatch, ready, go.
All right, guys, I gotta take off, but it was great talking to you guys. I miss you guys. I'll be back in a week.
Yes, thanks for coming on, man. And Happy New Year to everybody out there. Happy New Year from the Finishing Class.
Happy New Year, guys.
All
right, man.
See you guys.
Happy New Year to Ken too. I don't know where you at. Happy New Year, Ken.
In the background listening.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Later.